If you are using target-based bidding strategies on your Google Ads campaign, you need to listen up because there's going to be a big update on August 17th, 2026. You need to strap in and be prepared for it because this could very well be affecting you heavily if you're not paying attention. I predict that there's going to be a lot of very angry advertisers that are not going to be paying attention to this update. And I'm seeing it as a notification at the top of every single one of my accounts that are using target-based bidding strategies. And I have this Google Ads help article. I'll link it in the description below, but I wanted to go through this update and explain exactly what's going to be happening. So right now, as it stands, campaigns that have a limited by budget status, and if they're using a target-based bidding strategies, some campaigns may be overperforming on bidding targets and see performance fluctuations when budgets are adjusted. Now, after August 17, 2026, campaigns that are limited by budget that use a target-based bidding strategy will more consistently perform towards your bid target, including when you make bid adjustments so you can grow your campaigns with more predictable performance. Now, Google's written this in a way that sounds like it's going to help you, but it will only help you under certain circumstances. I see this hurting more advertisers, and I'll explain it in a little bit. But in terms of an example of how this works is if your campaign's Target CPA, this is what you set, is $10, but your recent actual performance is $5, your campaign will deliver more closely towards a $10 actual CPA. So you're going to be seeing less conversions. Google doesn't explicitly say that, but if your cost per acquisition is going to increase at the same budget level, assuming, then therefore you're going to be seeing less conversions. So what you'll need to do is adjust your target CPA and target ROAS goals to align more closely with the business outcomes that you want. I see this potentially affecting a lot of advertisers that are not paying attention to their Google Ads accounts. If you haven't reviewed your target CPA or your target ROAS goal in, let's say, the last month, definitely go and double check and see how close are you to that target CPA goal, your actual versus target. Because if you are consistently beating your target CPA goal, after August 17th, you're actually going to be seeing your target CPA rise higher to what your target that you're telling Google is. So that's what you need to be aware of. And I put together a mind map or a little decision tree on how you should decide, what to do. So the first thing is, if you're using a target-based bidding strategy, make sure you double check right away. If it says that you're limited by budget, which you're most likely going to be limited by budget unless you are in a very, very constrained situation. But most likely you will be limited by budget. And if you're using a target-based bidding strategy, maximize conversions on target CPA or target ROAS, the next thing that you will need to ask and consider is the target CPA or target ROAS meeting the target? If it is, then great, no action needed. Unless you want more conversions, then you'd want to increase your budget. But assuming that you want to keep things status quo, as long as you're already meeting your target CPA and target ROAS goal, you don't have to necessarily make any adjustments. But if you're not meeting your target CPA or target ROAS goal, that's the next thing that we will have to uncover and answer what to do. Then the next question that I have for you is, does this target reflect your actual or real business goal? If the answer to that is no, then you need to adjust your target CPA and target ROAS goals to align with your business goals. And if your target reflects your real business goal, then you can keep your target CPA and target ROAS, and you would not need to take any specific action on it. So let me go ahead and show you that decision tree one more time, because I briefly lost it. What's here? Okay. So this is what you'll need to review. And I want you to take action as soon as possible, just to make sure that you don't miss out on this window. So limited by budget campaign using target ROAS. If you're using target ROAS or target CPA and you shows that you're limited by budget, answer this next question. Is it target CPA or target ROAS meeting the target? Yes, no action needed. No, then answer this question. Does this target reflect your real business goal? No, adjust your target CPA or ROAS goal. Or yes, keep your target CPA or target ROAS. No action is needed. So if you have any questions or would need any clarification on this specific topic, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And these are the specific campaigns that it's affecting. If you're using a target-based bidding strategy, these are all the ones. So search, shopping, performance, max, demand gen, display, hotel, travel, platform availability. Review your campaigns that are limited by budget and using target-based bidding strategies by August 17th. Ensure that your settings align with your business goals, especially for campaigns that are performing better than your targets. Google will not automatically adjust your bidding targets or budgets. So there's going to be a new tool that's going to be rolling out starting July 6th, where you can review historical campaign performance and quickly apply updates. So my POV on this, unfortunately, is another money grab for Google. They're like, well, if you are trying to hit a certain target CPA and we're already doing really well, then why don't we try to get more aggressive? But then by getting more aggressive, you're going to be getting less conversions. But Google doesn't care, because it's like, well, you told us this is what you want and we're going to give it to you. Before, we would over deliver. We would get you leads for $5, even though you said get me leads for 10. And now you really need to make sure that you're not creating too much buffer between what you actually want and what's reality, because Google is only going to go after what you actually want, and what you actually want as your target CPA or target ROAS should be aligned with your business goals. So that's what I have for you guys in this update. It's a pretty big shakeup. This is probably one of the bigger updates that I've seen in a long time. As it relates to a bidding strategy. But I mean, this is also a wake-up call for advertisers that are not paying attention to their ad account. And it's also going to be a wake-up call for people that just are coasting, whether it's agencies, freelancers. So I definitely expect a lot of advertisers to see their cost per acquisition increase because they're not paying attention to this update. So if you found this video helpful, I would love it if you can give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel. I post videos every week about Google Ads, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.